What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
OD
Podcast.
Podcast. Period.
Dropping.
And we on. All
And
right.
Hey.
Let me tell y'all about last week.
A
We did record.
whole episode, almost like literally almost the whole thing.
Yeah, it was a half an episode, but it wasn't enough to put out because it was just,
It was a
long
lot
story
going
short,
on
y'all.
last week.
Yeah, let's just say that. It was a lot going on that happened in real time, and we had to abruptly stop recording, and it was not worth putting out. And I was stressed out for a good 4 days over that situation. Like to the
Really?
point where I'm about to go back to therapy.
Really?
Yeah, I was very upset. Let's just say that. That situation has been going on for a very, very, very long time. Like pulling that kind of stunt.
Yeah.
And I know that there's nothing I can do about it, but I just need to talk about it to my therapist and just,
See what they recommend. No, I get it because I think I'm getting to that point now. I still need to find a therapist
psychologytoday.com.
because I don't know. I actually know what I need to do, but it's just implementing it. I think that when you're dealing with people and sometimes what they're doing is triggering you or it's bothering you, and then like overnight you just bring it up what seems like overnight. I think that's just like a weird conversation. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes,
What you
but
mean?
like that's just to come out the blue with somebody or to some people and say, "Hey, listen, I don't like this because this and this and this."
Yeah.
It just sometimes they come off as picking, but in reality it's like I really don't like this, like this really.
Yeah, it's easier when there's like a build up to it.
Yeah, like
I think that
I'm noticing that I have a lot of needy people around me, not like needy as in like needing money from me, but they act as if they need my energy to survive. Like that's how I receive it.
are they toddlers?
That's what I'm
Because your
saying.
niece and nephew's grown.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I feel you. I think with my
I don't
situation,
know.
I need to try to assume positive intent, but it don't happen too many times,
Every
But
time people
anyway,
say every time I hear the word assume, I think of assume. Remember that one post that boy said assume ASOON.
who said that?
It was like a Facebook post, and it was like it was like
Assume? That's
assume. He's
funny.
like you need to ask before you assume.
Oh my god, I feel like people be spelling stuff dramatically wrong like that to go viral. But anyway, I'm happy to be back this week. I'm just gonna repeat the black business I had on that unlistenable episode. I don't
Yes,
even want to
we
hear.
normally don't repeat ourselves, but we'll do it for y'all.
Yeah, because I didn't even replay it. I don't even want to hear the phone call. I don't even want to, Anyway, all right. So, y'all, my black business of the week this week is a black owned plant shop slash nursery. Well, I don't know if it's considered a nursery if they only sell plants, but it's called a pot to plant in. It's a black owned plant shop in West Village located in Smyrna, right off of Atlanta Road. For reference, Atlanta Road turns into Howell Mill. So you can pretty much follow it all the way down and get there. But their Instagram is literally a pot to plant in. So I feel like I may have seen a TikTok about this place once, but I didn't know it was black owned. So when I went in, I was going to get some pizza from Blue Moon. Blue Moon got that pizza for you, babe. It might be the best pizza. I don't know about best, but anyway, I was like, okay, well, I'm out order, get ready. Let me just walk around and check out this plant shop. And I see a black lady at the front desk, and that automatically told me it was black owned. I don't know. I just felt it in my heart. And when I stepped outside, I Googled it and found out, boom, it was. So that's lit because in that same shopping area, there's Cammy Cake's Creamery, which is also black owned and has been around for a really long time. So get you some black owned
Baby,
ice
one
cream
thing
and
about
cake.
school, you been standing Kim cake for a decade.
I literally almost went today. I love Cammy Cakes. And their ice cream, they make it in house. It's so good. But today is about a pot to plant in. And they have a large assortment. And they also have I don't know when the next one is, but they have workshops on how to care for your plants. And then
Which
you
I need.
leave the workshop with plant soils, like pretty much a starter kit for your plant. I think it's really cool. And I don't even know if there's a place like that on this side of town. So that's pretty cool. Besides like a Home Depot and stuff like that, but because it's black owned, is a cherry on top. So shop with them when you get a chance. If you're looking for a plant, if you happen to be in the Cobb area, okay. Hello.
Mm.
All right.
I definitely need that because when, all my plants died when I went to Europe. So
Yeah, don't remind. Now I do remember that from the last episode.
yeah, so I tried to keep them and salvage them, but I threw them away yesterday. I got to start over. So
That's funny
yeah,
because there are people who probably feel like they could have brought them back to life.
I don't know what I could have did, but whatever.
There's always new growth under the soil. Let's look on the bright side.
Well, it's growing in the
Let's-
trash now. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm
All right. So,
sorry.
dang, there's
I
so
don't
many
have no
things.
tweets for the streets, but I saw some funny shit online. She was so funny.
Feel free to share because the stuff I got on here, it's crazy how the news cycle, like the stuff that I have in my notes for last week's episode is now like old, like the Sesame Street character.
Yeah. Um, so I saw this post today of girl, this girl, or I'm assuming it was a girl, was texting a guy, and she was explaining to him that she was a homebody, and
Oh,
he like, what that is, and she's like, I'm an introvert, and he thought that an introvert
was a
meant
sexuality.
transsexual. So no, he was like, what that is? He's about you playing like you a boy.
Oh my god. That's
So
what happened when you texting hood dudes. Cause they
I I promise you, stuff like that. Actually, I know this sounds so ignorant, but stuff like that will actually keep me texting somebody because I'll just be needing to laugh. Now I would never probably go like it won't go far, but that's gonna be my friend for sure.
imagine arguing with somebody like that and trying to properly express your thoughts and they response be what you mean? Cause they don't know what you just said.
Like, yeah, I would have to start talking like how they be acting like they talk on P Valley because that accent is terrible.
Man, I still ain't seen P Valley. Who got a stars log in? Let me know.
I was just saying I got one in mind. I'm stealing somebody's.
No, I'm not using somebody else's. I also remember that from last week episode. Look at it's coming back to me. Okay, so let's get into shop talk. All right, so this is actually really sad and more of like a FYI to people to be careful out here. So there's an IG model named Gina 2 who basically had a near death experience with AIDS. She basically found out that she had AIDS, and not only does she have it, she has had it for at least 8 to 10 years. And during that time frame, not only has she not been tested in any capacity, but she has also had sexual relationships or been linked to have sexual relationships with other celebrities. Three of
Mm,
those being Chief Keef, Chris Brown, and Nick Cannon. Um, I know for a fact a lot of y'all do not be getting tested. Okay, it is not a thing that people do regularly. Let's not act like it is. I seen a lot of people in the comments shocked. Y'all know, God. Let me tell you something. I know people do not be getting tested. Okay, people be like, people will. I've heard people say out their mouth that they will rather just wait until they get sick, which is the most ridiculous thing you could do because you do not. People can be sick like her. You can have AIDS and don't even know. She is 65 pounds right now. Like she literally is skin and
I
bone.
saw that, and she was trying to walk. I'm like, I don't think she's supposed to be even trying to walk.
Yeah, she need. Yeah, I think that she might have been in. I think she in that video she was in physical therapy so she can learn how to walk again. But yeah, so it's just really sad. So you know, I know people think like this is I know people's thinking process, and this is not necessarily to shame, but it's also to just like seriously like a reality check. You can just because someone is attractive and they take baths and they have nice clothes does not mean that they are not sick or have some kind of transferable disease. AIDS is uncurable and it will kill you. It is not HIV. It is the
Yeah,
full blown AIDS, and even if you get tested just once a year, that is plenty in some cases. Obviously, if you have a lot of sexual partners and you definitely not using protection, you need to be doing it every 6 months. That's just for not only for the protection of yourself, but the protection of others. Because if you need treatment, you can kind of get that addressed and it could slow the growth of it. But I just a lot of people don't be going to the doctor, man. That's
mhm.
scary. I can't lie. I've only been in a handful of relationships, but I always remember after that first time of like hanging out with them, let's say, I will always be like, no, oh. Am I got, because herpes is skin on skin contact. You can high five somebody and get it. I'll be checking everything. I'm like, oh, am I am I good? Now I think about people who got multiple partners at one time. I'm like, y'all
Yeah,
ain't
I
even get COVID
feel
tested.
I feel like I feel like see I was raised by a country ass mama. And I don't know if y'all have had experience with country mamas and grandmas, especially when they even suspect that you're gay. They scare you out of everything. So my mama, she made it seem like if you cough in the same room with a person that's naked, you're gonna get AIDS.
Oh my god,
So it was
that's how they
like
keep
that
you from
deep.
having
So
sex.
for the longest, like she started that early on, and I hate that she did that because it just kind of fucked me up. And I learned over the time, of course, that wasn't true, but I just educated myself. I just kind of looked up, like I sit on the internet and look at stuff like that all the time, just because I'm curious. And then I've had people come to me and tell me things, and I'm like, you know what? What's going on right here? So I don't know. I'm a hypochondriac, especially when it comes to skin things. That's why this monkeypox shit is really wearing me out. But even if like I've started crying before because I've had a boil and I thought that it was something.
I
And I'm
mean, it
like,
could
what?
be. So you right to be scared.
I'm just like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? Like I was so scared, but luckily, mm-mm. So I don't know. I don't know. Like even when makeup, like I don't even like touching people's skin. I get my nails cut lower than my finger when I go get my thing because I don't want my nail to scratch their skin and like
Makes sense.
I'm very cautious of and just weirded out about stuff like that. It just
Yeah, it's really sad. And then I seen some very foolish comments talking about some. I ain't no way none of the celebrities got AIDS because we would have found out. How would you know?
let me tell
How
you
would you
something.
know? You know how much
I
coochie
know
gets
about
served.
five celebrities right now with herpes.
Oh,
So
and I'm sure it's more than that. It's herpes is so doggone common, and that's the thing. And these people are not gonna always disclose that to you. So it's just like it's definitely your responsibility to ask those questions and to make sure yourself is good. But seriously, y'all, please go and get tested, even if it's just once a year. And let that be the absolute minimum, man. Even
yeah,
when I have the same partner, I still get tested. You just don't never know. You just do not
yeah,
freaking know.
you never know.
Like 10 years? Now she might not even live for 10 more years because her body has literally been eating a lot. So, anyhow, it's just really sad. And it's like, I know a lot of people, I ain't nothing wrong with being like sexually fluid and things like that, but there is something wrong with not taking care of yourself when you are involving others. So, y'all just take this as your sign to get tested. There's no look and feel to someone's sexual health. You literally don't know until you got something you can't get rid of.
Mm.
Anyway, all right, next. Kid Cudi, who replaced Kanye West at Rolling Out Loud, walked off in the middle of his set because people were throwing water bottles at him. I don't know where this trend came from, but it's so disrespectful. I saw before that people was throwing their phones on the stage.
Yeah. So people, this is just a sad case of social media clout. So the new thing is people are going viral from getting videos of celebrities on stage, like performing, and they got their phone and performing to their phone, and then post it on their page. So they always feel as if they do it to one person,
Everybody
everybody
gonna do
wants
it.
it.
So, because it's a
So
trend allegedly.
yeah, it's a trend. So now, whenever like they'll do it and they'll ignore it, but something like they pick that phone up and start to do it, everybody phone coming at them.
You can really knock somebody out from based off the distance and the strength of how hard you threw that phone. But what?
Let me
But
tell you
but
something.
Cuddy did he have a phone? It was a bottle, right? I mean, it hit him in the
They were
face.
throwing things at him because he replaced Kanye. Those were Kanye fans, and they were mad that they replaced him last minute. And it was even more fucked up that Kanye showed up to Rolling Loud.
Right, during a little dark set. Honestly, I felt really bad for Kid Cudi. I know over the years he's been dealing with mental health issues, and I just when people are in that state, I always feel like they might be a little bit more fragile emotionally. And I was like, I hope this don't put him in a place where he's just like not wanting to come out again. It's just it's so weird. People are
Yeah,
these kids. Let me tell you something. my little cousin who's an adult has a little sister who is a minor who has 10 burner TikTok accounts. On these accounts, she be leaving hateful comments, arguing, leaving crazy, posting crazy pictures of other people. And so that's why I always say when I see these people in the comments stuff, I know they be children. But the reason why I say that is a lot of this stuff is
Not all the
driven by
time,
social.
because I know you remember on the previous episode, I said I caught one of my friends
Oh
trolling.
yeah, I remember. But the reason why this is so annoying is because a lot of this stuff is started by people who are not even adults. Like these trends, this outrage, all this stuff that happens. And it's so crazy because when you go on her page, you'll be like, you think I ain't reported to TikTok. Don't play with me. But when you go on her page, you would think this was somebody like at the least a grown up high schooler, and by grown up I mean 11th or 12th grade. But it's
Yeah.
like it's just like they just I don't know. I just hate the that social media is essentially uncontrollable in the impact it has on people in real life. And doing stuff just for the sake of having followers and likes is so insane to me. Now I know maybe I would grasp the concept if I was born in that generation, but it's really crazy because people again I always feel like social media has weakened the celebrity image. Like people think that they are so similar or above Kid Cudi that they can disrespect him by physically throwing things at him while he's on
Hmm.
stage.
Yep.
That is insane.
I
Now I
watch
got
it
my
happen all the
VIP.
time.
Hmm.
I watch it happen all the time that people throw things, and then also they try to turn everybody into a rock star. Like, um, I think this just goes to show that even I mean, not to even bring this up, but I feel like everybody is trying to everybody's crowds are kind of turning into rock stars and doing that shit that Travis Scott was doing, and they getting hurt.
Like the mosh pit stuff.
Yeah, like even when I travel with Flo, they was doing mosh pits. I'm like, her songs don't even go with that.
Just doing stuff. I don't like that. And I
They
had got
look
a
like
VIP.
she does this thing where she hop off the stage on the last song and like run through the crowd. They were moshing during while she was doing that, and she didn't realize it. So she walking through. They took a whole bottle of water and poured it on her wig, like poured it on her head while she
You
was
see what I
performing
see?
with the mic in her hand. Like
Absolutely not.
poured a whole cup
And
of
how
water
can
on her
security
head.
even control that?
They can't.
I mean, you literally would have to have blocks in between every other so many feet of the crowd with security to even remotely try to control that. I don't like that because that really puts the artists at risk. They could be hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah, it's
worse.
scary. And you see, but even Cardi B, I don't know if you seen hers. They was doing her like that, and they kept grabbing her arm.
I
She
did
took
see
the
that.
microphone and was beating
And
their ass with
people
the
were
microphone.
coming at her about it. I'm like, listen, at this point, protect yourself.
Her wig was gone. It's
I
crazy.
seen that. Oh my god! So I had got a VIP ticket to One Music Fest, which is in October, and I'm actually gonna sell it because I'm so anxious not only about COVID and monkeypox, but just of something going down. Like it was at last time I went, it was at Centennial Park, which I prefer because it's really easy to get out of that park and it's really easy to get to it. But when it's at Central Park, which is off Boulevard, it's just a bunch of hills. It's not really any parking in that area. It's just a lot, and I don't want to be there. I really want to see Jasmine Sullivan, City Girls, and Lauren Hill, but I'm gonna have to see y'all next lifetime because it's just I just can't do it. And I haven't sold my ticket yet, but when they announce the lineup times, I might just go for those performances and leave. Like I'm not gonna spend all day out there. I don't care if I spend $500. I literally am so anxious about the idea of it, and I know all three of those performers are gonna have big crowds.
Yeah,
And Central Park is definitely not as clear cut or big as Centennial Park. So unless they performing during while the sun is up, I can't go. I'm not going.
yeah. No, I feel it. Um, I went out now. I'm a festival person. I love festivals. I do eventually want to go to Coachella whenever they have artists that I want to see
Mm-mm.
perform.
I can
But
smell it. Every time I hear the word Coachella, I smell it. Smell like pennies.
oh my god, like I want to go to Coachella so bad. But I will say that festivals are becoming more scary just because people are. I don't know what. I don't know. It seems like this generation of people are more rebellious, and I thought that we were rebels, but we would do like petty stuff. In my opinion, like it wouldn't be like something as huge as this. But the fact that they're like targeting celebrities, and I mean, like even doing things as far as like showing up to their hotels, and
Yeah, well,
you
they
know what I'm
was
saying?
always doing that, but I think it's because they have the ability to literally go viral. For us, I think
Yeah,
it was like the people that were immediately around us. You know, people might boo or they
yeah,
might say stuff like that, but now they throwing stuff, they shooting. I mean, Jesus Christ,
yeah,
I'm
it's a
too
lot.
grown for that. I'm sorry. I don't think after I sell this one music fest ticket, I think I'm good on them for life. Honestly, truly, I'd rather go to a venue at like Lakewood. I'll do that, or I'll go to State Farm Arena and be done with it. I'm good.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go to Rolling Loud, but after I seen all that stuff was going on, I'm like, ugh.
Right. Ain't
Rolling Loud was
I don't
not
like
like
it.
that last year. Rolling Loud Miami was not like that.
Well, who knows what the future holds. Also I think that when traumatic situations happen, let's say like the Travis Scott situation, people still are influenced by that, no matter what the outcome was. They want to see how far they can
Yeah,
go.
and he made his return to the stage at Rolling Loud too,
Hmm.
which is insane. I was like, wow.
I'm rolling quiet in my
One
bed.
thing about it, Chris Jenner, I think she's trying to compete with God at this point.
Okay. You know what I thought about randomly the other day? Remember when Beyonce was Tony Braxton for Halloween and Chris Jenner thought Beyonce was being her?
He is the yeah, no girl. Ain't nobody trying to be your ass. But no, Chris Jenner ass. The fact that when that stuff happened with Travis Scott, he got a Dior deal taken from him, and he got his Nike deal, which he released shoes all the time with. He got that taken away from him. And maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I saw that they dropped it. Like so the Dior collection dropped, and then he's back dropping sneakers. I said that never happens.
Mhm.
When Tiana
Mm.
Taylor got her stuff dropped for that argument with Rihanna, she never got her Adidas campaign
Oh,
back.
that was so long ago. But times have changed from that era though, to be fair. Not to
I
be
mean,
That's not fair, but I think that social media didn't have the impact just yet. It was on the way.
but who be
But
getting their deals back after they lose
no,
them though?
you're right. You're right.
So that's why I'm like Chris
Didn't
Jenner
the
is
Kardashians start that post too about Instagram? Was that them that posted that? Make Instagram pictures again or something like that?
well, yeah, Kylie did post it, but I don't know.
Child, I don't know. I can't compete with God now.
Hopefully that has some impact though, because I mean, so we got TikTok. We don't need that on
I know,
Instagram.
like literally nobody's gonna be posting pictures no more. I don't even want to talk about it because I don't even care, but I care. I care. I like pictures. I'm not a content creator and I'm not a video maker. I'm not doing that. Not doing it. I don't even want y'all to hear
My
my
job,
voice.
my career is making me be one because that's just the state we
I don't know. That's terrible that you gotta rely on that, but
in.
such is
It's
life.
so bad.
Okay, so let's move on to the another hot topic that's been going on social media, and it's pink sauce. It started on
Oh,
TikTok.
so I've been seeing the pink sauce for like a month, and I've been trying to figure out what the hell it was, and the ingredients of it just don't sound right because I could never imagine eating dragon fruit and garlic. Now I have eaten strawberry hot wings, so that's no different for real because you know
Oh, yes, it is.
I
One is
wouldn't.
strawberry, one is dragon fruit.
I mean, it's a difference in that, but I mean, imagine hot sauce on strawberries. That doesn't sound
No, I
good.
feel you. I agree.
But yeah, and I saw her making it one day, and she used so much oil, like I don't know,
Oh
it
my god. Okay,
it
so
was
this
just
lady,
insane.
I don't even know her TikTok name, but I know she's not that smart. Okay. But basically, she was making it in her kitchen and in her garage. No gloves, no nothing, no hairnet, no nothing. A bunch of bottles that resemble ketchup bottles. I'm hoping they're fresh and unused, but she used sunflower oil, dragon fruit, garlic, milk. Okay, no kind of preservatives. Bottles didn't even have an expiration date on them. There was typos on the label. It said 444 serving sizes when it's supposed to. That was supposed to be how many grams was in a bottle. Everybody's bottle was a different shade of pink. People was receiving their bottles and it stunk because obviously you shipping something with milk in it in this heat wave and it's not in refrigerated packaging. There was nothing even on the label suggesting that you refrigerated, and the label was so janky looking. Like there was no kind of quality control. What else happened? Um, she basically, she even made a video saying the FDA. Oh God. So okay, this is my thing. I was never for the Instagram kitchens. I always felt like that junk was
I don't
disgusting
play around.
because they don't have no kind of health review. They don't have any standards they have to go by. You don't know how clean or dirty their house is. You don't know what they put in the food. If they wanted to kill your whole zip code, all they gotta do is sell plates. So I always felt like that wasn't a good. I just would never. I never ever ever. Because now, granted, some people really took off with their catering business by selling plates, but I was not gonna be the guinea pig. Cause and then they was charging beyond restaurant prices. Anyway, I felt like this is similar to that. And I also, and this may not apply to everybody, but folks was like, I don't want the vaccine. I don't want this and that because I don't know what's in it. But you ordering, some of y'all ordering this $20 pink sauce off of TikTok from a lady that's not even a chef but calls herself a chef. And let's not get it. There is actual certification and education that goes behind earning the title of chef. Just because you cook food, you are not a chef. Period. I don't care what Instagram tell you. Because all the ones who faking that title cooking the same stuff: fried lobster tails, red velvet pancakes with cream cheese frosting, French toast, eggs, and shrimp and grits.
And honey hot chicken.
And honey hot chicken on top of them red velvet waffles. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with cooking that, but like, where is the diversity in this menu if you a chef? Anyways, I just think it's extremely risky to be even. She's okay. The girl is not bright. Okay, I seen a few video clips of her speaking, and I'm just like, I commend her for making a brand so visible. She had the right idea, wrong execution.
Um, Now I haven't bought any food from online, but I have bought things like seasoning, or I've gotten seasoning from my
Mm-mm.
Instagram followers. Um, but this is just, first of all, when I first saw her posting this on TikTok, the first thing I could think about, all I could think about was that Power Rangers movie, the original one, when Ivan Ooze was selling the ooze to the school. Everybody had all of it, and everybody was eating the purple. Like, it literally was the same concept. She had this pink random sauce that everybody was eating, and then all of a sudden it made everybody sick. That's literally what happened in the Power Ranger movie.
Not they
Yeah,
manifested.
listen, I'm telling you. I don't know. I just personally, I don't trust things like that. Like, I see people selling like seafood boil sauce and all this
Yeah.
other stuff like that. And honestly, if it's not coming from a manufactured company like how Be Love sauce was, like
Yeah,
her
it's
stuff
actual
coming,
distributor, FDA
yeah,
approved or whatever.
I'm not doing it. And
Yeah,
I
I
love to
agree.
support people's small businesses. I love doing that,
But
but
you
I
can't
just
even
wouldn't
hold
do
nothing
that.
accountable for that. It's literally at your own risk when you do that.
No, seriously. And it's just so crazy how people will jump at the sight of something like that, and and then turn down things like vaccines. Like, my whole thing is, people always say, "Oh, what about if it has complications years later?" Okay, well, let me tell you something.
Y'all get
What if
immediate complications with the pink sauce.
what if y'all been drinking that Casamigos for 3-4 years, and then they tell us that it's some minute that's gonna have your liver fried.
I mean,
Uh,
people was using baby powder
for what? Oh yeah, for exactly. See what
and
I'm
was getting
saying?
cancer. Yeah. And
Exactly.
don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, people do have the right to choose, but I just cannot believe the overwhelming amount of people that bought this unregulated pink mystery sauce. And then there are people who would say the same about like, but would be hesitant about a medical product. You don't know this lady from a can of paint. Ain't a real chef. And then the junk look to me, it looked nasty. It looked like Pepto
Oh my gosh, she
Bismol.
was pouring it over everything, and it was so
Yeah, and
sweet. But
drowning
I,
it.
I think that ultimately, and this could be me because I am fresh back from Europe. No shade,
What that
but
supposed to mean?
Americans with this sloppy shit. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Americans and Koreans with this ASMR. Now, I've watched a few videos, but that ain't something that just turned me on. That was like, oh my god, I want to try that. That looks gross. So she was pouring that shit on everything, and I just wasn't. It wasn't appetizing to me because
And did you
what
see the
can you
review
eat?
videos where she would be like, "How it tastes?" Is this how they? It seemed like they was being held hostage.
Like, it's good. You ever seen? They should have did like them kids in Savannah when that lady was they was on the news. They was trying something, and that lady was like, "How does it taste?" She was like, "Nasty."
Oh, I don't think I
The little
seen that.
kid, she
And she
spit it
ain't
right
gonna post the
out.
video if they say it's nasty. She only gonna post the one when they saying it's good.
Like, Probably paid them. Yeah, I went to the movies for the first time in like 3 years to see Nope, and I
Me
was
too.
I don't never go to the movies.
Well, I went actually not this time. 2 weeks ago, I went for the first time in like almost 5 years. Probably not five, maybe like 3, 4 years.
What you go see?
What the black phone, and that's
Okay.
when I had got them nachos. That was pretty much like a to go. It was the nachos. They don't squeeze the cheese over the chips no more. They give you a cup that look like Pringles, a little mini Pringles. It's got hot cheese in it,
Um,
and I took mine home, ate it the next day.
I love a bad lunch type of girl.
All
Um,
right,
but
you have
no, Nope
anything
was
from?
really good though. I feel
That's
like
funny you say that because people are not agreeing with that.
so here's the thing with Jordan Peele movies. I think that Jordan Peele has a bigger message in all his movies, and I think that
Mm-hmm.
in every single movie, it's pretty much the same message. It's just a different way that the story is told. And his creativity and his like uniqueness in the way he does his movies requires you to think a lot. And
Yep,
I think
I agree.
and I think that
Literally read everything. Think about every single sign that's on the screen.
yeah. And me personally, I love movies like that because I think that for the most part, sometimes I kind of get bored or like when the story or the plot is just too literal. Sometimes it's just like, oh,
Hmm.
okay, it was okay, whatever. But I
Which is
think
a
that,
trend, no shade in a lot of black movies.
huh?
I said, which is a trend, no shade in a lot of black movies.
Yeah, like, and it gets really corny. It gives like Family Matters. Like Family Matters is a good show, but I'm just saying like it's always like I can tell that at the end of this episode, everybody gonna come together and give each other a hug. So
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to. I don't. I'm tired of that. So I
I
feel like with
agree.
Jordan Peele's movies, the the way that he tells the story is just insane. Like, how did you even think of this shit? Like in my head, the whole time I'm watching the movie, I kept saying, "That man be on drugs. He got to be." Because how did you come up with this? How the hell did you come up with this? And it was really good. Um, I feel like the message is the same in all movies. He just highlighting white privilege and how black people get treated in the world.
See, I didn't get that from my understanding. That movie's Nope was about making a spectacle of stuff. So like, I don't want to get a movie away, but if you think about each character that was a villain, people were using them for profit.
Yeah, for sure. Every
So
last one
I
of them.
Mm-hmm. So I heard a lot of bad reviews about it before going to see it, but I want to see it anyway. Like you, I didn't feel no kind of way. And I'm not sure if I ever said this on a podcast, but Kiki Palmer is like one of my favorite celebrities. I feel like people always compare
Oh,
me to
I
Issa
remember
Rae.
you've been rocking with Kiki since Six Flags.
Oh, you so stupid. No, literally. So people always compare me to Issa Rae, but for real, I think that me and Kiki Palmer have the most in common. Like our personalities, and she's so smart, and she's not afraid to be awkward or corny. Like it's just very like she's just a natural. She really is a natural,
Yeah,
and I feel
I,
like she
I
really.
I like that too. I really
Yeah, I
enjoy
feel like she
that.
played herself, if anything, in this movie. But I'm really proud of her. But you're right, Kiki Palmer.
That's been your homegirl since Six Flags days. That's really crazy since she was
That's
since
I
she
literally got
was
that picture I took of her when she came on my ride when she was looking like a child. Remember Kai, that dude from Low Q?
yeah. Kai is a bodybuilder now randomly.
He is. But I remember when I met Kiki Palmer the first time, and I was just super excited. I actually was excited. I took her picture. I probably should have look. I was like 17. Who cares? But I remember she came back a second time, and I was like, "You remember me?" And she was like, "Yeah, you was here last time with that boy, and that boy was Kai." So I was like, "Oh, Kiki Palmer know me." But Kiki Palmer was a kid herself.
She really was. Oh my
But that was
god,
funny.
she's
So
so
anyway,
funny.
I agree. Nope was good. Some people I know are going to see it again. I'll probably look
I,
at it
I
and
want to
binge
see it
it.
again too. Actually,
Yeah.
I want to see it by myself because I ain't go by myself.
Oh, I went to this theater by the Battery that is it's called Silver Cinema or something like that. But it's got like the bed stuff, not bed. It's really just a dinner and a movie type of theater. It wasn't nothing like special, but it was nice than the traditional like AMC theater.
Okay.
Okay. So for today's topic, I want to talk about the pressure to have kids and get married. I feel like we speak on this here and there, but I don't know if we actually made a topic about it. And I'm just hearing it more and more and more. If I could have my way, I would slap every person that asks me every single
And I'm gonna follow up.
time. So people it has gotten so annoying that people literally would ask me what's wrong with me because I don't have kids yet. Or they'll be like, if you find a man or find a woman that don't have kids yet, something wrong with them. Something gotta be wrong with me to not let somebody shoot up my club.
It's whenever something is trending, no matter what it is, if you're not doing it, something is wrong with you.
Something, but it's so crazy because my life is very in order. I'm actually the textbook catch, baby. I'm just saying. But it's
Yeah.
just crazy because you would think that it would be looked at as maybe like properly. Because I intentionally not had kids. You know what I'm saying? But I remember one time this lady that we both know, I was maybe 19, 20, but her son had a baby young, right, in high school. And I remember seeing her a couple years after graduating from high school, or maybe, I don't know, around that time. And she was like, when you having a baby? And I remember thinking, like, why would you ask me that? You a
Yeah.
grown woman. And you gonna ask me who barely got a diploma, just got it yesterday. Why don't you know? Because to me, and I know people know this, but it seems like some people don't process this. I mean, even with me having Hazel, I mean, I have really had to organize my travels, my everything around my dog. Imagine
Yeah, you
having a
do.
child, huh?
I say you do.
Yeah, so it's just crazy. So anyway, on top of that, it's like a man is a prize if he don't have kids, but a woman is not. I don't know. It's just annoying. So I just don't know if you deal with that in your community, or is that something that men have the pressure of as well?
So right now, it's a trend of seeing a lot of gay couples with kids. So me being single, first of all, that's already a red flag for everybody because it's like, oh, you seem like you have a really successful career. You have your own place to stay. You're living in a new city that you want to live in. You know, it seems like your job is doing well. Blah blah blah. Why are you single?
But it is crazy when people
And I'm
say that
like,
because y'all know how hard it is to date. So why you asking me when you know what's out there?
so before I moved to Atlanta, I ended a friendship with somebody, and part of the reason that we ended our friendship was because she was pressuring me to date. And it was so bad to the point where she would literally blame the fact that if I have an attitude for something or if I feel some type of way about something, she would blame that on me being single because she says that I don't know how to process my emotions and I don't know how to express them or whatever because of the simple fact that I'm single
That's crazy.
and that I need to date, I need to find myself. Keep in mind this girl that I'm talking about, she online dates, and I do it sometimes too. But I'll get on these apps, but I will not meet up with these people. I just start getting in my head too much, so I'm like, it never works out for me. I just be on there
Yeah, it could
wasting
be an
people's
axe killer or it could be your Prince Charming.
yeah, but I don't want to take the risk. I
Yeah,
just
no, I
be
feel you.
wasting. I'll be wasting people's time. No shade. Um, she used to go on 3 dates a day, like with different dudes.
See, I don't have the capacity.
She was like a serial dater,
It's not even
and I'm
that
like,
many men at one time in 1 hour worth dating.
yeah. So I never understood that. I'm like, just because you're like that doesn't mean that everybody is like that. Like I don't have the urge to do that. Now, granted, I do want a partner and eventually get in a relationship with somebody that I really enjoy, but um I haven't came across that and that's fine. Like I'm okay with that. I'm enjoying life. I'm able to get up and do whatever I want to do when I want to do it.
Exactly. You don't have any
And,
attachment or responsibility for somebody or something. And that
and
allows you to develop
that's the way I look
yourself.
at it with kids because I
Yeah,
do want kids.
exactly.
I do want kids, but I also want to make sure that even if I'm a single parent, I need to make sure that I'm in a mental space where I'm done with doing certain things, or at least I can scale back from doing certain things that I'm normally used to doing. Like once I'm like, okay, I'm pretty much done with this era of my life. I'm ready for kids, and I can settle down and chill and have time to raise my kids. But I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Imagine you had a kid, right, while you were in Atlanta and you wanted to move to LA and you couldn't because the other dad or the mom couldn't up and move.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now you stuck in Atlanta or trying to convince that other person to up and move, stunting your own growth. And it's just that's what I'm saying. It's just like I just can't I genuinely don't understand what people's obsession with that is. Like, yes, it's beautiful to have kids, but every person I know with kids, including the people that ask me why I ain't got one, be stressed out and be telling me to wait. So which one is it? But I feel like
They want to
it's
have
just something
somebody
to
to
talk about.
relate to. Yeah.
And so it's like a lot of people that I know that got married too soon or were in extremely serious relationships too soon or had kids too soon, all regretted it because I'm pretty sure we all can think of a time we were 18, 19, 21, even 25, and we thought that we were ready to take those steps. But when you think about the grand scheme of life, let's say you're supposed to retire at 66, let's say you live to be 100 years old. Do you really want to make those kind of permanent choices in the first 20 years?
Hmm.
It just doesn't make sense. And it just annoys me because I understand I'm 33 and I'm successful and doing all these other things, but a kid is not a cherry on top or ice on the cake. That is something that if I do have one, I am going to plan for and to make sure my life is successful and set up around it. As well as getting married. Like when you get married, people you see your friends more. I mean, you see your friends less. People have more responsibilities, and it just doesn't. I just don't get people's obsession with it, and it's really annoying. It really grinds my gears because over the years, I'm hearing it more and more and more. And when I tell people I'm not ready, they be confused, but they be the most unhappy in their relationship or the most miserable because of their kids and they stressed out. They don't have no time to themselves. And while I have that and can choose when I would decide to do it, it just seems unrealistic. And like with you, when people are like, why are you single? All this other stuff, but y'all know how hard it is to find a good partner. So are you
Girl,
suggesting that I just take somebody to be in a stressed out situation? Like I don't understand what side of the spectrum people are trying to be on.
um, I found my family, my immediate family, getting mad at my niece. I didn't know at first until yesterday, but my nephew hit me up and he was just asking me how I felt about my niece being pregnant, and he was like, "I see you the only person that didn't post her on your story. You must be mad at her." And I'm like, "What am I mad at her for?" I'm like, "She's an adult.
Yeah.
She's an adult
And she
for
hadn't been
one."
She didn't post this whole time. How you supposed to know that she wanted you to share that?
That's what I'm saying. That part too. But even still, it's not everybody's business. Why do I have to post that?
Exactly. What and I need people to get out of that too, because just because you it just don't even get me
Yeah,
started.
so he asked me about it and he was like, "You must be mad." I said, "I have nothing to be mad about." I said, "She's an adult. She made an adult decision. And that's what she wanted to do. Like, let her live her life." I said, "Y'all shouldn't chastise her or make her feel bad because even her grandma told her like she felt like she was throwing away her life." And I'm like, "Why would
Oh
y'all
my
tell her
god. At
that?"
least she with a dude that she been with for a long time.
Yeah, like she's been with him all through high school and they're 21 now. So I'm like, she is an adult. She can drink legally now.
I
Um,
thought she turned 20.
she's on 21.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
that's either way.
I'm like, girl, let her do her. Like, if that's what she wants to do, and if those are the cards that life dealt her, just deal with it. I'm like, she has a lot of people around her that love her and support her, and that are willing to help her. So
Yeah,
just
I agree. I mean, while I think having a kid that young is not ideal, she is an adult and that is her choice. So that's what
yeah,
it is. Y'all can't
leave her
reverse the
alone.
process. There's nothing you can do about it. And it's like, then if she would have waited till she was 30, now y'all be asking her what she waiting on. Which one is it?
When I had to explain to him that, then it made him realize, oh, maybe I just need to grow up. And I'm like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, he should,
So
because he's literally our age.
I told him that because
Like,
I'm like, you have the opportunity to actually be an uncle to your niece. Like
yep.
for me, you was born, I was 4 years old. What the hell I'm gonna do
Yeah, yeah.
besides offer you a toy out of my toy box or something? Like I, like I don't even I can't like no. So I'm like, you actually have the chance to be an uncle. You need to step up and help your sister. So
And I
no,
think it's cause y'all so close in age that he think y'all siblings. Because if somebody, cause I know this is a key, but that's your great niece, and I would never expect my great uncle to be posting about me on social media.
yeah. I mean, we gonna erase that great though, because even my sister, I
That's
had talked to my
fine. You
sister.
don't think that's fine?
No,
Like Pleasant P or Granddaddy. Yeah, I just need. I mean, and when it comes to everything, the way people do things, like people are entitled to have their own opinion. But when it comes to things that I do with my body and the long, like my personal stability, like who I decide to spend my life with, if I haven't made certain choices, it should not bother you. You should be proud of me that I've made it this far without having a kid. Shoot.
Yeah.
Like it's just I mean, look at the world. Why
Well, you
would I
ain't
want to
even seen all of the world yet. Because I promise you, and I tell people this all the time, and I used to hear people say it, but traveling outside of the United States really does change your perspective
it
on life.
sure
I
do.
promise. I mean, literally just being amongst the other people in other countries,
Leaving the country one time is enough to change your life.
it really does, and it changes perspective on a lot of stuff. So when I was in Europe, I realized like I was looking at America from the outside looking in. I'm like, this is insane. Like we're
Hmm.
literally insane. Like the way that we carry ourselves and we walk around. I'm like, the number one reason is that Americans feel so entitled.
Yep.
And it's not even just white people, it's black people because
It's, yeah. Yes, I
a lot
agree.
of
And you
black
realize
men,
that when you travel.
yeah, a lot of black men, from what I've experienced, mimic their life from how white men treat their families and their
Yep.
people that they want to be leaders and this stuff. And it's like, this isn't alpha male. Like this isn't how you supposed to be living your life
Leaving
and
the
treating people. I
household.
don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like Americans are different, and I might
It's
have to
definitely, and
jump
I
on up
one
out of
thing
here.
I've learned in other countries, people are way more hospitable. People are way more respectful. Let me tell you something. You know, I always say Iceland was my favorite place ever, but Kenya was my first time being amongst people and their families, going to villages and seeing culture. And you think about how the media portrays African countries. It's really sick. It's really
Yeah,
sick. And it's just like you go out there, these people are living well, okay? These people are living well. They have their community. They are just not even. You come to America, you can't even come to Atlanta without getting scammed and not saying that that doesn't happen in other countries, but we don't really have that sense of culture. To me, here it's just kind of like every man for himself.
yeah,
And
I
speaking of
agree.
every man for himself, if y'all would be for yourself, y'all won't be worried about me having kids. And
Alicia,
then not even get started on people having content babies. It's just so much. They
I
clout
think that
chasing over kids.
yeah. So I'm gonna exclude one of my friends because she does have a page for her kids. BB, she does have a page, but BB doesn't have social media. So
Yeah.
I get that, she wants to stay connected with people around her and show her family because she doesn't have social media of her own for us to keep up with her. So I don't mind that,
Yeah,
but
but that's a little different. I'm talking about, I
I
ain't mean to
think
cut
that
you
when
off.
people be making those pages for their babies and the baby be responding like yes mom,
I
and the baby
know.
be 6 months be like yes mom, blah blah, like I don't
And
know this
also,
whole.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. I be looking at these Instagram mamas, and I'm like, girl, your baby didn't say that, and your baby did not
I
like. Oh, my baby
know.
said they don't want to eat this no more. Your baby is 6 months. They didn't say that.
And I also hate how they make these kids look so grown up. It's just it bothers me
Oh
because
yeah,
I can't remember what I was looking at. I think it was on TikTok, but it was about you basically about like, predators don't even have to look far to find material. You know what I'm saying? Your kid has no consent on the things that you post. Now, granted, they're a kid. There's only so many rights they have as far as what they know better. But it's like you putting your kids in these little crop top shirts. They got you putting the filters on to make it like they have makeup. People that are sick in the head. Everybody not just here to say, "Oh, your baby is cute." There are people who are sexualizing your child. And once you put it on the internet, it belongs to everybody. Now, when BB's case, I definitely understand. Like she don't have social media and that's a way for her to share. But their pages aren't their pages private. Like it's not even like one of those situations where they can just where they can go viral because it's their granddaddy birthday.
yeah, exactly.
It's definitely levels to it. But when I think of content babies, I think about some of these YouTube couples and stuff like that. And it's like they really are making a spectacle about having a child. Like, y'all, this is a serious responsibility. I don't know. It just annoys me. I know I live my life my way and it works for me. And I just need people to stop trying to change there or stop trying to like make me think of it their way.
Feel
Like do
bad
what
for it.
works for you. Cause what you're doing for you don't even work for you. So let me do what works for me.
I agree. I experienced that, not even on that subject in particular, but I do experience that a lot. Like people question why I do a lot of things. And in my opinion, I'm not doing anything that's harming other people. I'm not being malicious towards other people. This is just how I want to live my life, and this is what
Yep.
makes me comfortable. If it doesn't make you comfortable that I do that, I don't know what to tell you because I'm not doing anything to harm you.
Right, man. I think
I
about
don't
some
get
of
it.
the goals I've
Me having
accomplished over
kids
the.
ain't gonna help you.
It's gonna yeah, it holds you. When I think about all the goals I accomplished in the last few years, it's like my money would have been way too tight to do some of these things. I could have never spent 10 days in another country or had or planned to do, it's just and people know that. So I'm like, why? Like, leave me alone. And I'm tired of whining about it. But it's getting worse by the day. I just need people to mind their business. And now when I tell them that, when I tell them, and they be like, oh, you like it, I love it. No, you don't.
Yeah. Mm.
Anyway, that's all I got. I just had to ramble.
I feel you. I'm glad you let it out, Pooh. We here for you.
And it's just like
We here for
everything.
you and your no kids, boo. We love the fact that we don't hear kids
Listen, I
running
have a
around.
1 year old. Her name is Hazel, and she be stressing me out. And I got a right for my dog to be my only child. We don't even know if this planet gonna be here in 5 years. And y'all want me to spend 9 of them months pregnant?
Okay.
I can't even get an abortion.
Now that's the crazy part right there. And then
Right. That ain't even no
people still
LOL.
chastise the motherfuckers about having kids. We can't even get no abortions or nothing. Well, not we, but women can't.
Right. We come on.
I always wrap things up as to black
I
people, but
get
this
it.
is
You feel
literally
me,
a women
fam?
thing.
Yeah, it's
On
just sick.
family.
I just, and I don't feel like I have the capacity to even express my feelings on that in general. Just be careful who y'all having sex with. I already told y'all start having these men's babies, but I mean it for real this time.
They want to pick up people for RICO charges, and you go pick up them folks, pressuring people that have kids. That's actually a RICO charge.
That's organized crime.
That's
You trying to spoil my body.
what I'm saying. Let me have it. I'm gonna be body body for a little minute.
Exactly. Dang. Just let me do what I do, man. But anyway, all right. That's all I got for the topic.
Um, yeah, I got these from the dollar store.
Your camera been froze for like 8 minutes. I don't even know what you got.
For real?
Yeah. It look like you looking up to the sky. It's
What's
okay,
up?
Pooh. You can just send me a picture of it.
So I'm gonna focus on
What you got
doing
coming
that.
up?
I am focusing on exploring LA for this last little bit of summer because my whole summer I've been gone. So I have about a month, well, 2 months left because summer is over. What, September 21st? So I have like 2 more months to explore and just get it out.
Hello,
But
somebody. It
yeah,
ain't
I
free.
don't know.
You
I'm
put
just
in your
focusing
labor.
on being happy right now. I ain't got nothing really coming up. I've been in my mental
Hello.
my mental a lot lately. Period.
Anyways, all right, y'all. Holla at your girl.
And holla at y'all twirl. It's the queen on the track. I don't know. I'll
Bye.
just be making shit up.